But for me, in their prime, I'm saying this in their prime. In their prime, I'm definitely taking Hazard. Because the type of player Hazard is a player we've not seen since Cristiano Ronaldo.
But for me, for a player who you called, award him the Ballon d'Or, is better than Mbappe, blah, blah, blah. Marcus Rashford is a disgrace. It's embarrassing. According to Mikel Arteta, it's embarrassing. Drogba Henry.
Drogba.
Modric Xavi.
Can I reverse my question?
You can't reverse. It's
You're saying they're not missing his impact.
Yes.
Neymar played 173 games with PSG and he has 118 goals.
Hello guys, welcome to your favorite podcast, Discuss Football with Kenny. And today here with me, I have H2O by my side and your favorite Barcelona fan, Eloquent, the losers. And for those wondering where is Kenny, Kenny has gone to the Messi side. He went to watch the Liverpool game during the weekend, so he's still on his way back and he's not here. So I'm your host for today. And today we'll be discussing about a lot of things. We have the Man United, the team that won three awards and lost 3-0. And we will talk about Barcelona, the early title race. It seems I'm wrong when I said Liverpool are closer to making top 4 than winning the Premier League. There are so many games. There is a new game in town which we call the quick fire questions and all of that. So I want you to stay tuned and enjoy the podcast. And the last episode we did a giveaway question where we asked 2 questions, and congratulations to one of our lucky winner, Olushola. You are a winner. And then again, John Aberto, John Abbott, you are also a winner. Thank you very much for participating and trusting the brand. Then the answers to the questions are Lionel Messi and Carlos Alberto. Thank you to our 2 lucky winners, and we appreciate all your support. And Merry Christmas in advance to everyone and a prosperous New Year. So we kickstart the show. Hassan, your team, you won the treble of award and you had to replace it with 3 goals at home to Bournemouth. 1 for the manager of the month, 1 for player of the month, and 1 for goal of the month. What went wrong? I want to know.
Well, I think what is actually wrong with Manchester United is the issue of inconsistency. The players are not consistent, and I also feel like the manager also contributes more to what is actually happening in the club. I don't see how you actually play Chelsea during the week, and when it comes to the weekend, you lose 3-0 to just Bournemouth, bottom 10 of the table. So I feel like the players are not consistent enough, and I feel like going forward they need to add that consistency to their game.
Yes.
They need to, it's not about playing Chelsea and coming up. It's not about every single match you must turn up, because this is the Premier League. The Premier League, you must always turn up.
So I want to ask you a question. You said the manager also has his beats to play. Where would you fault Eric Ten Hag? Because personally, I've watched Man United games a lot this season, and I've always been preaching one thing: Manchester United lacks an on and off the ball structure, because they leave their number 6 so isolated that they struggle with transitions and all of that. So, but the thing is, at the end of the day, your fan base go back and blaming Glazers and all of that. So where do you think the manager can actually do better?
I feel like if you want to play the kind of football Eric Ten Hag wants to play, he wants to play a double 8. But you want to keep your 6 as a low midfielder, then you should always remember that whenever you attack, yes, it might be fine, you will have the numbers. But when you are trying to defend, it's not like as if you have a Kante as your number 6 that can cover the whole space. And let's not forget, we sold Fred last season. Yeah. Fred is gone. Fred can do those kind of work. But even if Fred is there, he can't cover that much space. Yeah. So it's all about having to use McTominay. You can say McTominay is the liability on the field.
Your top goal scorer this season?
No.
He's the highest goal scorer.
It's like he's scoring goals, but it's like the goals are coming at our own detriment.
Oh. Okay.
Because you have to attack. When you're attacking, by the time it comes to the defending side, McTominay can cover the space for you, and that is why you feel like Eric Ten Hag bought Mason Mount, because it feels like Mason Mount can make those kind of runs back into the ball. But at the same time, it all comes to the formation he wants to play.
Now, and I want to go to you, Eloquent.
Yes.
Do you feel Man United should keep on with Ten Hag, or he should be sacked?
To me, I think Ten Hag should should be sacked. The reason why I said Ten Hag should be sacked is because this man has an issue with man-to-man management. You see, your formation, your tactics might be good, but if your man-to-man management is not there, your players won't succumb to what you're doing. They won't do what you want them to do because they will feel like disrespecting you. Had it been his man-to-man management and sometimes I do ask myself, why is he even having problem with this man-to-man management? He does not have any star players, star player except Bruno Fernandes, or even Rashford is not even a star player to me. He's just a mid player. So Ten Hag, I don't know. Maybe he needs to work on himself. He needs to stop talking too much. He needs to work on his man-to-man management. These guys can do whatever he wants. And secondly, Ten Hag is living the blueprint of Manchester United. You understand? Ten Hag is trying to bring another kind of philosophy of football, which Man United is not used to. You understand? And this thing is changing all Man United entirely.
So I want to ask you, with this you've seen and how they've struggled, today they win one, lose one, and all of that. Do you see them making top 4?
No.
Do you see your team making top 4?
Well, I have this opinion that this first half of the season is very, very shaky. If you look at Man City, look at Chelsea, not Chelsea. If you look at Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, you see there's that bit of inconsistency. Even if you look at the distance between the top 4, 5, 6 teams on the table, you see there is not much gap as we used to have like before. So I feel like come second half of the season, I feel something can still happen, given that Eric Ten Hag can check in and on his own games and look into.
But I still feel Man U can't make top 4. You know why I said so? Because you have team like Arsenal who is already getting their rhythm. In fact, they are in the rhythm. They are dancing to the tune. We have team like Liverpool who are these comeback kings that knows what they want. You can't expect Liverpool to drop from that top 1, and even if they are going to drop, they are not going to drop into the top 4. And we have a team like Man City, always the champion of Premier League, which all of us know.
Now, so, I would want to put a very bad statement out there to Man United fan, backing his claim. You would only realize you made top 4 last season because Liverpool dropped off.
And Chelsea
dropped off.
Yes.
So, personally, am I of the opinion Man United will make top 4? Yes, I do. I support Ten Hag and I feel their on-field issues are fixable. Now, coming into the top 4 scenario, we have a ghost in town. The Giant Slayers, the dark horse of the season so far, Aston Villa, the Unai Emery boys. We saw them trashed City last week, and now
they trashed
Arsenal 1-0, and it was. Where does this leave Arsenal and Man City?
Aston Villa. You see this Aston Villa as a team, though. I can just say it's a temporary something. They're not gonna be flourishing like this every time. But this team is very organized. Aston Villa is very organized. We can't say until when we've got into the middle of the season. But right now, what I'm seeing with Aston Villa is they look like someone who's going to fight, but not going to fight for long. They're fighting like Tottenham. You see what Tottenham is going through right now. But I'm very certain that Aston Villa is going to lose the rhythm. The team that I know is the dark horse right now, probably Newcastle. Because I
can't agree with you.
No, Newcastle is going through injury crisis. That's the only problem Newcastle is having right now.
If you had to use the injury crisis yardstick, would you use same yardstick for Man United? Because Newcastle has the most injuries so far this season, and followed by Man United. So if you had to use the yardstick of injuries for Liverpool for Newcastle, would you use same for Man United?
But Man United have been using 90% of their starting player recently in recent games.
I can remember.
Eriksen,
there were games.
Casemiro.
There were games where Man United went this season without their starting back four.
Definitely.
But as of recent games, like 5 games before today, they have been using 90% of their starting lineup, and they haven't gotten results.
I think Aston Villa, we said it in the last podcast as the dark horse or something like that. But I think with what Emery is doing, yes, he's doing a very, very great job. Yes. But like I said, this has been the rhythm of the first half of the season. Tottenham was at first at the moment, now at 5. Aston Villa now is picking the race.
Even Newcastle was
there before now. They're at the back. So it's to me, I commend Emery.
Yeah,
Commend
he's
him. He's
good.
doing a very,
He's
very,
doing a very good
because
job.
it is not easy to actually beat Man City
and all that.
Um,
But don't you think complacency is part of what made Aston Villa beat Man City that day? Man City could be complacent. They could feel this Aston Villa is not, because let's not forget complacency is part of football.
Definitely.
Sometimes if you are the Giants, you feel too complacent of some mid teams. You feel you are more than them. So even your players, even if the coach is not feeling complacent, the players will feel yes they are playing in a team who is a big team. They can't lose into to this team. That factor alone brings complacency.
I think the Premier League, what is going on is that the Premier League have stepped up. We have Man City winning the trophy back to back. So
Yes.
everybody's on their toes. Are we going to allow this to happen the fourth
Again?
time? So we are at that point where every team is like, no, we must be the one taking over.
But it's still
Now,
the same thing now.
coming-
Because if it wasn't Man City, it would be Liverpool. That is how it used to be for like 6 seasons now.
Liverpool, the case of Liverpool being there. Let me remind
not
you,
like-
there were
it's not like
seasons,
a
there were seasons where Liverpool did not finish second.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was last season.
Man United was there at the
That was
point
last-
under
that was-
Ole.
that was last season.
No, not even last season. Even before last season.
before last
There were seasons Man United, Liverpool did not finish second. So most times
yeah,
when people use this ideology of it's Liverpool Man City team, it's funny. You get they've been there. You get what they are doing is beautiful. I'm not trying to discredit
Yes.
Liverpool before Kenny
Okay.
beat me from the UK. I'm not trying to discredit Liverpool, but what the thing of Liverpool Man City, it has not always been there. There was a time Man United with Ole finished second and Liverpool below them. I stand to be corrected though. I'm not sure, but I think Chelsea has been there also. I don't know if you get. So the case of Liverpool and all of that. Now, me personally, so far this season, I've seen City and this thing of that is how they start the season, broski. There are some things that are just so visible. This City we are seeing right now, I feel like they are missing some essential components in their
like
team. Not just KDB.
Gundogan,
the Gundogan they gave out, and right now, if you look the City team, they have just two natural wingers.
I want to ask a question. Why did City sign Vardiol? Because that Vardiol is not even doing anything for them right now.
I stated on my Twitter page that it's just a bearded Lindelof.
Yes, it's
because
just a
I have not
just
seen
a player.
Gladio so far has been playing like a bearded Lindelof.
Yes.
I've not seen a reason why he was bought for 100 million.
And
Now,
he's not even proving it.
so now for the case of Aston Villa Arsenal, you can make a rev this, rev that, but we never took our chances and that was just what it is. It is what it is, and we lost. And this just put us in a bad place because I feel these were the kind of games you used to make statements, but you've already made statement against City and all of that. Mm-hmm. And now having Brighton next, our home form at home to Brighton has been terrible. Yeah. Then you have Liverpool, after which I feel like the game against Villa and is not the kind of game you should be dropping points. So coming to the case of City, if you look at the City squad, you have just one natural winger. They've missed the likes of Gundogan, Riyad Mahrez. Now you now have to play Foden as a winger and all of that. And if you look the profiles Pep brought in during the summer, he brought in Matthias Nunes, Mateo Kovacic, Jeremy Doku. These are ball carriers and much of dribblers. I feel like they are lacking that. They are lacking that spice. There is something in them, that fire in them that we are not seeing. So that ideology of it's City they will pick up. I don't really buy it as of now. So I don't know.
You see something I want to say about Man City is something about Guardiola is always the root of his own problems. He got a Calvin Phillips, got Matthias Nunes. Now he's saying that he's very, very sorry. He feels so sorry for Calvin Phillips that he's just not seeing that integration he wants to do into the squad. Now, one thing I want everybody to know is that I said something in the previous podcast. I said something about City is, as far as you have a team that does the assignment very well and are going to make sure that as we are going into this match, something about teams before is whenever they want to go and play City, there's always that fear that they are going to play City. So for them to actually come out and play their own style of play, and that is why I hate wannabe managers. Something I like when managers have their own philosophy.
Yes.
I don't want managers. Something we've been noticing in the Premier League or in football as of late is everybody wants to play the Pep style. Let's forget about the way everybody's tweaking it.
Yeah,
It is the Pep style.
yeah.
Look at Sean Dyche. Look at Unai Emery. Aston Villa is playing. Newcastle is playing football. Everton is playing football, and they are getting results. They don't have to play that beautiful style of play. Football is very, very simple.
Yeah, but Ronaldo Emery used to be this kind of man that likes beautiful football. If you remember Ronaldo Emery, he was the guy that beat Bayern with Villarreal.
Yes, but you can't compare his style of play
with that of
that of now. Always
what I'm saying is, I don't think he's doing what Guardiola is doing. It's not.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
That's what he's saying. Don't blame him. You know his team lost. His mind is still yet to be here, so we will understand. Now going back to his team. Going back to his team. We are now in La Liga. We've arrived at La Liga.
Okay.
We saw for me, if your team did not drop point this weekend, you are not supporting a big team. Because the likes of Bayern, the likes of Man United, the likes of Real Madrid, we all dropped points. This is the big team week. You get me? You get me? So Madrid dropped points at home to Betis, a 1-1 draw, and that was a fascinating game to watch. I watched the game, and where do you think this points they dropped has also put a dab into their title charge?
Let me tell you, Madrid is not that kind of team that after all, Girona is just topping the league with just 2 points. Madrid is second, so it's glaring. It's even glaring that Madrid will be the one to lift La Liga. Sure, you understand? And Girona performing all these wonders now. I know they are playing well. But they are not up for it. Not now. Maybe next season, maybe next other 2 seasons. But they are not mature enough to drag this title with Madrid.
Barcelona fans. A Barcelona fan is saying Girona is not up to it. You just lost 4-2.
Yes.
4-2.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I lost 4-2, and it was a mistake from my coach. My coach.
We'll come to your game here. We are still around the Madrid area. Do you feel, because everybody make excuses for injury, and Madrid has been one of those teams that have had injuries this season. They have had Vinicius Junior out, a couple of their defenders out. They have no number 6 at the moment. They now use Toni Kroos as the number 6. Would you say this is the time for Ancelotti to finally show Xavi and the likes that I wrote this thing?
I think at this moment, I don't really see the injuries affecting Real Madrid.
Yeah.
You understand? I'm not saying they are missing big names. Let's not.
Yes.
Vinicius Junior is the very, very important part of the squad.
Yes.
But
definitely.
Before Tchouaméni, Kroos and Modric have been running the midfield. Though they have tired legs because of their age
and all that.
But still, you can still see that there's that style of play, that maturity in
now,
that
the
squad.
thing is, if you are using the yardstick of Kroos and Modric, they had your Casemiro with them.
Definitely.
Now, what I'm saying is this: they don't have a recognized number 6
have
in the squad.
Have you forgotten that Madrid always have a solution to their problem? So you see, Madrid is this kind of thing that even though they come to Nigeria Premier League, if they are lacking a 6, Madrid will come to Nigeria Premier League and pick a random player that will succeed there. You know why? Madrid have blueprints and they do follow it.
And there's that mentality in that, like there's that aura in that team that whoever comes here, this is Real Madrid.
This is Madrid. And even if they're coming to your home, the fear factor that you're playing against Madrid will even make you feel like you're playing a big team. And secondly, let's even forget all this injury stuff and all that. See Girona, the way they trashed Barca yesterday with just mid players. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter whichever player you're using. If this coach knows what he's doing, bro, you're still going to get the results.
Now, coming from the place of Girona, like you mentioned,
yes,
for me, because there have always been that debate of Premier League, La Liga, which is better. And for me, which I feel Premier League is actually better. The Girona right now are doing a beautiful thing. They are doing the Newcastle thing of last season, where you have a dark horse, and I feel this is good for the league. We saw the thrashing of Girona to Barcelona at home, to their own fans.
Yes.
What do you have to say about that game?
Well, I'm actually excited that finally there's another team outside the number 2 horse race, or should I say 3 horse race?
Atletico Madrid are just the other team.
Yes.
I'm finally excited that there's a team stepping up to that light that yes, if they can do it, we can absolutely do it too. So I feel like Barcelona should know that they need to work more on their team, their tactics, because I do say it every time. I really don't see a tactics at Barcelona. The only time I see tactics is when I see De Jong, when I see Pedri. Because those are the kind of players that set the standard of play for Barcelona.
Okay.
But outside that, especially when they don't have that De Jong in their midfield,
yes,
you're always seeing that. You see, Lewandowski is not even there. Then their wingers are not even.
You haven't gotten to the point.
Now, coming to the case of, I'll come to you here.
Okay.
Backing up your claim. We saw the Lewandowski at German league, the German Bundesliga. He was giving us goals left, right, and center. And Lewandowski has come to Barcelona. He now performs like Michael Antonio of West Ham. I don't even understand.
That's why
you have Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan left Man City as one of the best midfielder in the world.
Yes.
And right now he just play football like the Southampton World Press. I don't even understand what is going on. Because at the end of the day, I just feel like Xavi is limiting the qualities of these players. Because I am of the opinion that Barcelona has limited what De Jong should be. De Jong, as of his state where he started and where he is right now, he should not be in conversations with the like of even Camavinga. I don't know if you get. He should be in conversations with the like of KDBs, the Brunos and all of that. But right now, the whole team and it's now a team of individual brilliance. I watched your game. What game was that when Cancelo stepped up?
Yes, you know what? I need to just come out straight. Barca is star-studded. As a matter of fact, the calibers of players we have, the calibers of players that Barca possesses, is enough to win the Champions League. But we lack something. We don't have a coach. We only have a stagnant person who has no clue.
Now, I'm glad everybody who has been following this podcast, I'm glad he has come to reality.
Let me tell you something. It got to one stage yesterday. I was telling a colleague of mine where we were watching the ball yesterday in our apartment. I was telling him that why is Koundé and Christensen overlapping? Why we Xavi start Koundé from the right back when he knows Koundé does not have pace? You see, everything that happened yesterday, Xavi did something that even got me more upset. The way Xavi played from first half, that's why he played the second half. Instead of him to change tactics, he was now changing the important players. He was taking off solution and bringing in problem. Why will you take off Rafinha and start bringing in Lamine Yamal? And all of us know Lamine Yamal is still small.
So, considering your defeat to Girona, where do you think this leaves you in the title race and Europe at large?
You know, Barca is already Barca. When you're big, you know. That doesn't mean we won't end at top 3. Because already, if you see Atletico Madrid is not even up for it. Atletico Madrid is not even in the race at all.
You can't write off Atletico Madrid because I've watched them this season.
I've beat them this season now.
You beat them doesn't mean they're out of the title race.
And I was better than them in that same match.
I beat you doesn't mean I'm better than you.
No. You won't tell me that.
I want to make a reference.
Barca is better than Atletico Madrid, 100%.
No. I won't want to go into a deep argument over this. Okay. Now I want to make a reference to something. Which team Brentford defeated Man City last season? Does that mean Brentford is better than Man City?
But obviously we have been defeating Atletico Madrid, not even just today.
They are there. You can't
been beating them.
You can't write Atletico off. I don't know if you get.
Defeating them. You will check head-to-head of Brentford and Man
It's not
City.
about head-to-head. Is not being played.
It's not even.
Now. You are better than Atletico Madrid and you are below Atletico Madrid on the table.
It's because of what was happening now. You also know that Barca went through injury crisis recently that they're just recovering. As a matter of fact, Pedri and De Jong are playing just their second full match.
So are you trying to tell me Atletico Madrid did not have injury crisis?
Not too much.
They had.
Affect them.
Not as let me tell you. My point is this: you don't have to write Atletico Madrid off.
I know they are good.
They are there.
But instead of Atletico Madrid to go to Champions League and we're not going, it's impossible.
That's why your league is very poor. So where do you feel this leaves Barcelona in Europe at large?
I know we are not going to Champions League. I know we are going to Champions League, but I know we are not ending La Liga. We are not going to end La Liga.
For someone who finished first last season and now your yardstick is to finish anything not below third. Or to finish thirdish kind of thing. it's a no-brainer. And considering the recruitment you had, you brought in Ika Godugan, you brought in João Cancelo, you brought in João Felix, and all of that. Bro, you should be one of the best team in Europe right now.
Yeah, like I said,
you are not.
we don't have the coach. We don't have the coach that.
So
will
where do you think?
Don't forget that same coach gave you guys the La Liga.
Oh, bro.
No, you said you
Have you
don't
forgotten?
coach.
Have you forgotten he's coaching Barca? He's coaching
So-
Barca, and Barca is one of a team. Do you know that? Influence of a big team can even make you win the league.
Definitely. So using that same yardstick, I feel like Barca will rediscover their ground.
I hope so,
They'll-
but not
they'll
with Xavi.
discover their
Honestly, not with Xavi.
It's
I don't see the future with Xavi. If you think we're gonna hold our ground with Xavi, brother, we are not going to champion. We are not going to win La Liga in the next 30 years. We'll go. Yes,
30 years.
Yes, we'll go.
They'll do
go
a
for-
Liverpool. They'll do a
We'll go for-
Liverpool.
exactly.
Kenny, please
We'll
don't be
go for
offended,
league
but
draws
they'll
like
do a
Liverpool for
Liverpool.
30 years.
They'll
Trust
do a
me.
Liverpool.
Let me
So,
not lie to you.
now-
Let me not lie to you.
now-
Barca philosophy is not in Xavi's blood. Xavi, but people think Xavi is the right man. I don't see why Laporta is so blind thinking Xavi is the right man for this work.
I am happy the word can finally justify what I'm saying. I'm not saying Barca. I would stand to correct you for that. Barca's DNA is in Xavi because one reason he has been successful has been the fact that he has the Barcelona DNA in him. And the easiest way for a manager to be successful is to have the club DNA. I don't know if you get. You might not be a great tactician, but the fact you have the DNA of the club, you understand the ideology of the club, the philosophy of the club, the culture around the club.
Just
You
like
are-
Lampard. Just like Lampard.
It did decently well.
How?
It did
Lampard
decently
is
well.
decently well for Chelsea.
It did decently
Chelsea.
well.
That
Only
guy,
at Man United, it did
that guy
decently well.
won only just 4 matches for Chelsea. If it's even
No.
up to 4.
No,
How many?
no,
How
no,
many?
no,
Please let me get your facts right and check, please.
No.
Lampard did not win up to 10 matches for Chelsea now.
No, you are wrong.
How many matches did he win for Chelsea?
Well, I don't really have that statistically in my mind.
Okay.
But I think when it comes to Barcelona, it is still Barcelona. So they'll find their way. They'll rediscover
Sorry
their
to
ground.
break you. I stand to correct you. Don't allow your heated temper with Xavi to get into your head. Actually, Lampard won about 44 games.
44 games.
44 games for Chelsea.
Wow.
In his 84
Sorry, pardon
in his
my manners,
84
though.
In his 84.
No, I was talking about the league entirely. I'm not talking about the Champions League and all that together.
He won 44 games. Remember, Frank Lampard built the foundation, which
Yeah,
Tuchel took over and won the
definitely.
Champions League. So you can't use Lampard situation for that of Xavi. Xavi has the club DNA, but tactically, he's not sound. Every time I've watched him from last season till date, he has been tactically outclassed, which you disputed.
He has been
Tactically
yes.
outclassed by managers who
Now-
are higher than him.
Now it's undisputed.
Which you've disputed. You people would make the case of he came in, Barcelona was struggling, he won the La Liga for us, we had this, he did this, he beat Man United and all of Man United, blah 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 blah, injury,
Bro.
pedri, that. I feel it's time Barcelona fans should come out of that nutshell of delusion and accept that Xavi is the Spanish Frank Lampard of coaching. So
God bless you.
Now I want to ask you, do you feel like they still have a chance in Europe?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. When you check the Champions League, there's a reason why it is called Champions League.
Okay.
It's a place for champions. Yes, because Barcelona is the champion, of course, that's why they are there. But when you look at the kind of teams going into the next round of the competition that will be coming up, you just know that, whenever Xavi faces any top manager, he's always getting outclassed. So I feel like anytime Barcelona meets a very, very good team, they don't even have to be the best as Real Madrid or a Manchester City. Look at Girona. Girona as an example. Even a Newcastle would defeat Barcelona at the moment.
Yeah, right.
Or
now.
even Unai Emery's Aston Villa.
They will.
They are capable.
Definitely.
Capable of beating
I won't
Barcelona.
doubt it. I won't doubt it.
To
Even
me,
Brentford.
I feel like they got an easy group stage, and probably they'll go to the next stage of the competition. But then again, I think that will be the end for Barcelona's journey.
So,
in the Champions League.
coming to the
Oh, you mean our Champions League
Yeah,
race?
definitely.
Oh, I thought it
now
was
discussing
yeah,
about
La
Barcelona.
Liga.
Discussing about Barcelona, we are here to discuss about an ex-Barcelona player who was supposed to be an all-timer and isn't. So I want to throw out this question to the both of you, and I'll go for H2O first. Do you think Neymar's time at PSG was a failure?
For me, it was a failure because when you look at the PSG project, when they were bringing in Neymar, it was all about something centered around winning the Champions League. It was the same reason why when Messi had a chance to leave Barcelona, they had to go and bring Messi. We were saying, I think that should be one of the best lineup on paper: Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar. But we all know how it all ended. So for me, when you look at the kind of bar we set for Neymar, and it was so high to the point we were expecting him to win a Ballon d'Or. And don't forget, the major reason why he left Barcelona was not majorly because of whether he was not actually playing there. It was actually because he felt like he was under the shadow of Messi, and he had to go to another place to show himself and win the top.
Now, I have something against it. I have something to side this, but I would like to hear from from a Barcelona fan who was the ex-player.
Neymar, you see, first of all, before I continue to Neymar, let's remember what Ligue 1 is. We do categorize Ligue 1 as Farmers League, isn't it? And that's why we the fans are blind to see that Neymar scored goals for Ligue 1, even for PSG in particular. You see, Neymar is just this kind of unserious guy, but his handiwork, what he has done, is still in PSG because he has raised some certain league cups with PSG. That is his tenure with PSG. And if you remember, PSG is a team that is being built under Mbappe. So even if anyone is shining, the whole praise goes to
now,
Mbappe.
This is where it fails. Because coming back to you, this is where Neymar fails. Because you left the shadow of Messi and wanted to be the main man. Now you were outshadowed. You are now back under the shadow of the young prince. I don't know if you get. Now, you can come and say he had more goals and assists than his game, blah, 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 blah. Without Neymar, PSG has been winning the League One.
Even Neymar was not the best.
He was not the best player, even when there. Now, the case of Neymar, he's supposed to be what Ronaldo was to Madrid, what Messi was to Barcelona, what Hazard was to Chelsea, and what Mo Salah is to Liverpool.
PSG had Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
He was the main man of the project.
And Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
Yeah.
And they didn't even raise the Champions League.
Everybody knows now.
Let's remember we said something about Barca, that our coach is not tactically sound. The same thing is happening to PSG. Their coach is not tactically sound.
No.
I would dispute
that.
I watched PSG Madrid and I saw Madrid.
Listen.
PSG.
I would dispute that.
Tell me.
You speak from the case of recency bias. Now, let me refresh your memory. When Neymar was bought for over 200 million plus, he was tagged to be the main man. Now, just the way Mo Salah is to Liverpool, Eden Hazard to Chelsea, Messi to Barcelona, Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid, and even when he came to Man U, as Man U was struggling to be the main man. Now, we cannot agree that even without Neymar, he was never consistent. He was the Rhys James of PSG. I don't know if you get. Even without Neymar, they were winning the League One comfortably. Now, you came to the case of saying the coach, they never had good coaches. Let me remind you, he played under Thomas Tuchel. One of the best tacticians in world football.
What happened to
They went to the Champions League final, and what happened? That are moments where you expect the Cristiano Ronaldo to turn up. If you want to be a big player, you have to turn up in big moments. Now that was why you were bought.
Throughout when Liverpool were facing all those when they were under the moment of transition, that was last season when they never had any. When they even finished at 6th, they didn't go to any European. They didn't go to Champions League. Are you telling me Mohamed Salah was not there? Mohamed Salah was there now, and he couldn't even help them. Let me tell you something.
Salah had listen. The question again. Was his time at PSG? You are singling at a season of Mo Salah.
Yeah, definitely.
You are singling at a season of Mo Salah. The question is, was his time at PSG from when he went there and what he was expected to do, and when he left, was it? Even now, let me remind you. Now, let me refresh your memory. When Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid struggled. When your Barcelona left, when Messi left your Barcelona, let me land.
Okay.
When Messi left your Barcelona, till now you are yet to recover. And then Hazard left Chelsea and Chelsea crumbled. I don't know if you get. A Man City without Kevin De Bruyne, we see how it looks like. Neymar left to the Saudi League and PSG are seeing flying colors.
It's still a normal life.
It's still a normal life. His impact is not felt.
Let me tell you something. The problem is not Neymar. The problem is PSG. Yes.
Let me put it this way. When we look at for the past decades now, if you are asked who are the best front three, the best front three you've ever seen. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe will never be in the conversation.
It will never be in the conversation.
Not even
Exactly.
top 5, not even top 10.
At all.
So if you are using a yardstick of Neymar is scoring goals, doing assists, that
What
is
were the
not,
impact
that is
of the
not
goals?
the bar for a player, like
of Neymar's caliber.
Of Neymar's caliber. You don't set.
But the team. Okay, right now we're talking about De Jong. We're talking about De Jong. That De Jong is a very good player, but savvy tactical errors.
Now let me remind you of an all-timer striker, Luis Suarez.
Okay.
Before Luis Suarez went to Atletico Madrid, when was the last time they won the La Liga? He went there in a team where, let me remind you, in a team where your João Felix is complaining about the system. He went there and won the La Liga with them. He was instrumental to it. Now he went to the Brazilian league. He took his team to the Brazilian Champions League. You can't make a case of the team. When you are a star, you are a star.
Sometimes you can't carry the load of all the old players.
Now
you can only carry the burden. You can only carry the few burden. You can carry the whole burden.
Let me count the players Neymar played with. He played with Marco Verratti, Achraf Hakimi.
He played with Sergio Ramos.
He played with Keylor Navas 3 times back-to-back Champions League winner. Mario Icardi.
The fact is Neymar is very unserious. I know about that. I know Neymar is unserious. As a matter of fact, he fakes injury to go for a carnival in Brazil and all that, or for his sister's birthday. But the main problem is still PSG. PSG organization. Let me just call it as an organization. The people behind it, the staffs. They are not doing their jobs. Don't blame just Neymar.
Even
Mbappe, he's also frustrated. He wants to leave now.
Mbappe has a better career.
They are using money.
Mbappe has a better time at PSG than Neymar.
They are giving Mbappe.
Mbappe has a better time. He has a great career at PSG than.
They are buying Mbappe with money.
It's not. Neymar was bought with money also.
I know.
Mbappe right now.
But the sacrifice they are giving to Mbappe is even more than what they are giving.
Now let me remind you. If you don't know, let me tell you. There was when Neymar went there as the main man of the project. He goes to club. Gets drunk. PSG sends down shopper to the club to pick him back down to training. For a player who wants to be an all-timer, you don't portray such behaviors.
Anyway, I don't know if you get.
I don't know if you get.
So the fact is still that even with Neymar not being in the club, what is PSG doing right now?
They are not feeling his impact. They are not feeling his departure. They are not feeling.
This is even the first season without
Neymar, and they are not feeling his departure.
It's not even like.
But what are they doing?
They are the top of the league.
But what are they doing right now?
The same thing they are doing with Neymar.
Newcastle ridiculed them.
Who is going now?
Newcastle, ordinary Newcastle, small Newcastle ridiculed them. 4 goes to 1.
You don't call a team like
Newcastle ordinary.
You know. Okay, that means
now
you don't call a team. Okay, since you said so, you don't call a team like Girona ordinary. Let's take that.
You can't call Girona to Newcastle.
No, that's the context now.
Let me remind you. The fact I defeated you doesn't mean I'm better than you.
Okay.
That is one thing you should know.
Okay.
The fact I defeated you doesn't mean you are better than you. Now, I want to ask you a question. When Ronaldo left Madrid, was the impact felt?
It was felt.
When Messi left Barcelona to date, is the impact still felt?
Sure, now it's felt.
Sure. Now Neymar has left PSG. Are they not still doing the same thing they were doing when Neymar was there?
That's because of his unseriousness anyway. But
so
because he is unserious, we shouldn't let go of what he has done. Neymar also tried for PSG too. He scored goals. He gave assists. He tried.
That is what I'm trying to set for you.
Goals is not enough.
He's not scoring goals or assists. For a player like Neymar Kanimba,
I want to show you something.
The statistics for Neymar is that he's the only player outside the top 5 league to enter the top 10 of the Ballon d'Or at a very young age. You can still remember?
Yeah.
Then, so a player at Neymar standard, it's not about the goals and the assists. You must do it all.
Okay.
That is part of the standard you have to set. You see winners like Cristiano Ronaldo. You see Neymar at Brazil is a different story. When they won the FIFA Copa, there's this.
Okay, you're calling Neymar a poor player. This guy played once.
You are missing the context of the conversation.
You're saying they are not missing his impact.
Yes.
Neymar played 173 games with PSG and he has 118 goals.
If you listen the conversation,
more than average.
Now, if you listen,
of what he has played.
If you listen the conversation, I stated it clearly. He has more goals and assists than the game played. And you have removed him from the team, and they are still not feeling the absence.
No, they are feeling it now.
They are not.
Forget this.
They are not.
Are you sure they are not feeling it?
Do you follow?
Do
Do you
think-
follow PSG?
I follow PSG.
They are not.
I follow PSG. I know they are leading in the Farmers League. But in
Bro,
Champions League,
if you use the yardstick of Farmers League, then I'll put it out there that the Premier League is also a Farmers League.
No,
Yes.
Premier League.
What's your definition of a Farmers League?
Bro, the Farmers. What I mean by Farmers League is a team. Just imagine, only PSG is the only team that will continue winning this League One, except
For the last,
except maybe
I want to ask
Barcelona.
you, for the last 6 years, who has won the most league title? How many league titles has Man City won in England?
Man City, they've won, I think, 5.
5 out of
Okay,
6 years.
yes.
Now, in the last 6 years in France,
Yes.
more than 2 teams have won the League One title.
But do you know PSG has in the last 6 years, PSG has over 4 leagues.
They don't have 5. They obviously don't have 5. So if you are labeling the French league, the Farmers League, you should use the same yardstick for the Premier League.
We all know that Premier League and La Liga is the most competitive league in the world right now.
Let's not even divert.
Let's not divert. But the thing
League One
remains.
is the Farmers League.
The thing still remains this. Neymar's time at PSG until death, I would argue this, was a
It's a
failure.
lie.
Okay, guys, we have come to one of your favorite segments of the game, the Scrabble Challenge. I was once a king here before my 3-0 brother, one for the player of the month, one for the coach of the month, and one for the goal of the month, became the king. And now we have Eloquent here with us. So would want to see who would be the king of this segment. The segment I'm talking about is your favorite Scrabble Challenge. So get yourselves ready. Who is this player? Arrange the name and tell me who the player is.
Morata. Morata. Morata.
1 point to Eloquent. Your team lost, you lost. This is Man U's behavior. This is Manchester United behavior.
Okay.
This is Manchester United behavior. Now, tell me this player. 1 point to the Manchester United fan. Let's see if the Man United spirit of one win, one loss would come into play.
Okay.
Yeah. Who is this player?
Rodrigo. R-O-D.
Correct.
R-Y-G-O. Rodrigo.
Correct. Hassan, I'm sorry, but
Well, it's
okay. It's like, let's give the newbie a free hand.
Okay.
Let's give the newbie a free hand. It happens. It happens. I understand. I've been
Anyway,
here.
this one is even obvious because there's no one who will know this one. G-R-D-Y-R-O. We know no one is not.
Tell me this.
Thuram.
Yeah, correct, my bro.
Thuram.
2-2. This is the tiebreaker. The last question would be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
2 to Eloquent already. 2 to H2O. Let's see if H2O would claim his crown back as the back-to-back champion of the Scrabble Challenge.
I'm gonna win you, bro.
Who is this? It's getting tougher, guys. It's getting tougher. You can't win the prize without an FT challenge. It's getting tougher.
Giroud.
So now we have Hassan here as our winner. We will now move to the next. Topic of the day. This has been a very popular topic in football of recent, about if Mo Salah is a better player than Eden Hazard. So it has been a popular topic in football of recent. You have the likes of, I know Kenny would be in UK watching right now and he will say, anybody who supports Hazard here won't be in my podcast next episode. But
Yes.
we'll see. But now we want to go to you. I want to hear from your point. Do you feel Mo Salah is a better footballer than Eden Hazard?
Definitely, we don't have to argue about it because, and I have a backing for that. You see, Hazard performed in Chelsea before he left to Madrid, where Madrid that is star-studded. You have the best midfielders there that can even serve you ball, and you can't perform. He couldn't perform. And Salah is this kind of consistent player. He keeps his consistency every season. As a matter of fact, he scores at every beginning of every season. At every beginning of the season. You understand? And this guy didn't stop that consistency. It keeps going on and on and on and on and on. So you can't compare him to Hazard. It's a very big gap.
Hazard, VP.
For me, I might have a different opinion.
Which I also have a different
I'm very
opinion.
sorry. So it's coming from a point. The Egyptian king, all respect to him,
Okay.
Salah, he has been doing a very, very wonderful job for the past. There's that consistency for the past how many seasons? But for me, in their prime, I'm saying this in their prime. In their prime, I'm definitely taking Hazard. Because the type of player Hazard is a player we've not seen since Cristiano Ronaldo. Hazard has been that type of player that gave us that entertainment we're looking for in terms of dribbles, in terms of team play, in terms of output and everything. So for me, yes, his time at Real Madrid has not been the way we would have expected it to go. But for me, in their prime years,
Yes.
I'd pick Hazard.
I would go with you. Now, I want to come back to
Okay.
eloquence, to fire at eloquence.
Okay.
You used his time at Madrid as a yardstick to judge him.
Yes.
Using such yardstick, I would say Di Maria is not a good player. And I would go as far as saying due to Messi's time as PSG, Messi is not a good player. Because that should be one of the best front three football has ever seen. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe.
We shouldn't go to Messi.
No.
because
The thing is, it's about context. You use your context. Now I am using it
Okay, all right.
onto you.
Okay,
Now,
let me
let me tell you. You want to use the yardstick of goals and assists as judging a better player. Now, being a better player is way beyond just goal and assist, in my opinion. There are many other things to football. And now I will put you on the spot as an attacker.
Yes.
Between Mo Salah and Eden Hazard, who is a better dribbler?
We all know.
I need a simple question.
Eden Hazard.
I need a simple
It's
question.
Eden Hazard.
Is Eden Hazard?
Yeah.
Who is a better creator?
Mohamed Salah.
Mohamed Salah is
Yes.
never a better creator.
I prefer Mohamed Salah.
Everybody
To create
the thing
chances.
the thing is, this podcast is here for educational purpose.
Yes.
You have to be factual and not
I am
about
very factual. I am very
preference.
factual.
Now,
Mohamed Salah has been carrying Liverpool.
creativity wise,
Mohamed Salah
we
is
watch
creative.
football. We watch football. Listen the question
Okay.
again. Who is a better creator, a playmaker, creativity wise? Now I can put it to you that Mo Salah is not the actual playmaker of Liverpool.
Okay. Then what do you think Eden Hazard is better of Mohamed Salah?
In terms of creation, yes.
Well, I don't agree with that actually.
Okay.
Well, like I said initially, I said when you look at the statistics in terms of goals and assists, because I think that's what people use these days to look who is the better
best player.
Yes,
But
George.
There is more to football.
But we all know that in the Premier League, we have never seen a player
Player like-
as Eden Hazard since Cristiano
I will
Ronaldo.
never-
And
I will never
probably
see.
never
Now,
Yeah.
now, I'm still going back to counting a better player. Who has a better footballing IQ?
Salah.
Well, we might not
Nah,
use
this is.
we might
This
not
is-
use the IQ as a yardstick, but I understand where you are coming from.
Is it
I would
a-
have picked Salah too if I said I should look at
Because
goals,
I value
assists.
consistency.
Listen, the question is a better player. I can tell you for a fact that Gabriel Jesus is a better player than Erling Haaland, but it doesn't make him a better striker. I don't know if you get when I came with the question a better player. It's your all-round play, not just your goal and assist. I don't know if you feel me. Well, if you want to use goal and assist and all of that, this now it will bring it to the context of Lampard, Iniesta kind of thing, where Iniesta is a better player, but Lampard has the goals and assists. I don't know if you get. So if you have to use the yardstick of goals and assists, you have moved out of the context of a better player. I'm not shifting the goals and assists out of being a better player because goals win you game, assists win you game, and all of that.
Okay.
But as an all-round model player, Broski,
All-round model player, I still choose Salah.
Okay.
Salah has speed, and even he can take on one-on-one.
No.
Sure.
Tell me two memorable Mo Salah moments in the Premier League.
There are a lot.
Just two. There are a lot. Just two.
I won't be able to start explaining.
No, it's
I
simple.
won't
You'd
be able to
call.
start telling you.
You'd call. Now. Let me remind you.
I have-
There is no Mohamed Salah moment in Premier League that beats Eden Hazard goal against Tottenham Hotspur.
Even against Arsenal.
Against Arsenal also.
Okay.
These are players that gives you moments. Just like
Have you
Trent
forgotten-
Alexander-Arnold
have you-
against Barcelona. That corner tackling quickly. It's a moment that football fans would ever remember. If you are now I want to ask you, if you have a pitch of Mo Salah and Eden Hazard performing, would you pay your money to watch a boring Mo Salah?
You see, you can't tell me where Eden Hazard has always been on point every time now. But you see, Mohamed Salah, let me tell you something. My own trait for a complete player is being consistent and scoring.
Hazard was consistent. Now let's go.
Consistent, and he was given a lot of money to play for Madrid, and he didn't do anything.
Now,
and
Messi failed. Messi is not a
Messi
good
did not fail.
player.
Messi
If you are
did not
using
fail.
this yardstick,
Messi
if you are using this yardstick,
remember Messi had 41 goal contributions.
For a standard,
In
that
League One.
was
For a
for a
standard.
standard. That
For a
was Marco
standard.
Verratti standard.
For a standard,
That was
41
Edison
goal
Cavani's
contribution.
standard.
And you think it's bad?
It's very terrible.
Very terrible
It's
for
shame.
21 contributions.
It's shameful. It's shameful to think Messi had a good career at PSG.
Wow. Nice.
Now, it's very shame. If you come to the case of consistency, when Hazard was at League One, he was a consistent player. He went on to even win the Player of the Year.
How many goal contributions do Hazard have for Chelsea?
Now, who has the most man of the match award in
I
EPL?
just asked the question. You don't need to answer.
He has a
the
PFA to
question.
his name. He has a PFA to his name. Football is way beyond.
Let me say this again. You see, that's why I'm using a yardstick of at their prime.
Yes.
If you say you want
At their prime.
If you say you want to check it from a perspective of
Mohamed Salah at his prime was Black Messi now. Was African Messi.
No, I want to break.
If you want to look at it from an angle of the fact that goals and assists, don't let us forget, Mo Salah's career started
At Liverpool. At Liverpool. Even at Roma, he was not a world-class player he is now. He failed at Chelsea.
Do not forget, Salah met Hazard at Chelsea and could not even meet up with the team. Do not forget. That's what I'm saying. At their prime, for me, I know it's a personal.
I remember Salah was dropping that time for.
Now I want to ask you, if you are a coach,
like to your context, he said at his prime.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But in Salah's prime, I still prefer Salah to.
Now I want to ask you,
Yeah,
if you are a coach, you are 60 minutes 2-0 down.
Yes.
You have Mo Salah and Eden Hazard on your bench.
Yes.
You have just one substitute to make. Who would you bring on?
I'll bring in Mo Salah.
Who would you bring on?
Definitely Hazard.
I'll bring in Mo Salah because
So we will leave it now to the viewers. We'll leave it to the viewers to to decide between Mo Salah and Eden Hazard who is a better player. We want to know why, so we can also learn from you. Remember, this is Discuss Football with Kenny. We are not just alone. We are all together as a family. And now this brings us to one segment you would like. You would have to mention an underperforming player from each top 6 team this season in EPL.
Yeah.
So if I call,
you have to mention the team.
no, I will mention the team for you, and you would tell me a player from the team that is underperforming.
Okay.
Liverpool.
I think. Sorry, I have to think about it for like some seconds. Liverpool.
Darwin Núñez. I'll go with Darwin.
God bless you.
Kenny, if you are watching this, I want to remind you of your statement where you told us Darwin Núñez is better than Erling Haaland.
I too go.
You people should
for
go.
Darwin Núñez.
You people should look for Kenny. I will send you his address. You should look for him and drag him to stupor. But for me, I won't go for Núñez. I feel I would go for a flop nobody is talking about. McAllister. Everybody make the excuse of he's being played out of position. Blah 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 blah. He has been underperforming compared to what we saw last season. Arsenal.
Arsenal. I think I'll go with underperforming. I think Odegaard.
God bless you. I
Odegaard
wanted to
is
say
not giving
that.
that
You see,
performance
Odegaard is
we
a
saw
player
last
that,
season.
that does not perform in big matches. He actually
That is cap.
Are you sure?
Cap. If you say
Are you
Odegaard
sure?
does not perform in big matches,
Okay.
Chelsea is a small team. Manchester United is a
now
small
they are
team.
not performing now.
No, you can't-
Why will you
you
compare Chelsea and Man U of this season?
You can't. Last season, even
Last season, Man U wasn't
then
in form.
Spurs is not even a
Man U
big
wasn't
team.
informed last season. Chelsea
And they
wasn't
made top
informed
4.
last season.
They defeated your informed Barcelona who won the league. They made top 4 and defeated your informed Barcelona.
Like you said before, you said it doesn't matter if you beat me. That don't mean you're better.
You are not
than
better
I
than
am.
Man United. You are not different.
I am
You are
better
just
than Man United.
you are just the Spanish version of
Barca
Man
is better
United.
than Man
Barcelona
United.
is the Spanish version of Man United.
Okay, I've heard you.
You
Barcelona
just
is
the only
better
difference the only
version.
difference between the both of you is one, your coach has hairs and his coach is black. That's just the difference. You have a Pep wannabe coach. The Pep wannabe coach. So for me, for Arsenal, I would go for Martinelli. His all-round game has been shaky so far this season, but
And
I know the Martinelli I watched last season, and I know what he gives to me. I know what when Martinelli is on the ball, I know what he's like. When he's at the top of his game, I know what he's like. But if you had to look at his output so far, I would say Martinelli.
But I think Odegaard is already.
He's a very big. He's coming around for the last few games. Now, would that take us to Man City?
Okay, Man City. Let me go for Vadio. That guy is a waste
Bearded
of money.
Lindelof.
Yes, that guy is a waste of money.
Who would you go for?
Manchester City.
That guy is a waste of money.
Underperforming. It's very difficult to pick because I don't really most of the players that were there last season are on injury. I can't pick Vadio because he's a new player. It's not like I've seen his performance for a season or so. Stones
he has been injured. Yeah.
De Bruyne has not been around. Rodri has been given. Well, should I? I can't go with Rodri. I think I'll go with Eden Haaland. I think I'll go with Jack Grealish. He has been dropped by Doku and he has to
for me,
to the team.
I would go for a name even many people has forgotten City signed. Matthias Nunes. So far this season, you came coming into the Man City team. Pep Guardiola called you the best player, be the best midfielder in the world, and you are not even playing better than the mascot McTominay of Man United.
I think he has not been given that perfect run of games.
He had played a couple of games.
Once or twice.
No, he had played a couple of games. But I feel another honorable mention is Mateo Kovacic. Don't think I don't see you. I see you, brother. I see you, brother. You have been dropping sticker upon sticker upon sticker, and now going to your own club, Manchester United. You can make a case for
Marcus
the full first 11.
Marcus Rashford.
Baba, nobody will tell me that Martial and Rashford are not okay. They are very poor.
Martial, let me put it out there. For the last 3 years, Martial don't even have up to 15 Premier League goals. For the last 3 years. If you had a child 3 years ago, how old would she be now? Or he or she be now? But for me, for a player who you called, award him the Ballon d'Or, is better than Mbappe, blah, blah, blah. Marcus Rashford is a disgrace. It's embarrassing. According to Mikel Arteta, it's embarrassing. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to the Association of Wingers.
Because Rashford is very poor.
He has been underperforming. So, Tottenham Hotspur.
Underperforming?
Yeah.
At Tottenham. I don't really have a player. Johnson. Yeah.
Bernard Johnson. Yeah.
I won't lie to you, Richarlison. Maybe because of his look. He has this niggard and arrogance look.
For me too,
like him.
I would go for Richarlison because he has the ego of Cristiano Ronaldo and plays football like Anthony Martial. Like, bro, who plays football? Like, I don't even understand that, brother. I don't even understand that, brother. When he's on the pitch, it feels like I'm the next R9. And when you see him on the ball, you just think like, you are not even better than Martial. You are not even better than Martial. Now that takes us to the team nobody talks about. The team who I would now call the small team, Everton with Champions League. The team that has been consistent
in
inconsistency for the last few seasons. The team who spent 200 million on their midfield pivots, and their midfield pivot has never seen them on at least 7th position since they came to the team. Chelsea.
I think I'll go with basically. I think I'll go with.
Let me remember.
Underperforming. I think I'll go with Enzo.
Call it, brother. Call it, brother.
Enzo.
You okay? Who would you go for?
Jackson. That Michael Jackson of a guy. I don't know why they bought him.
I think I would support the two teams you mentioned because when Jackson had his first game, I told somebody that Chelsea fan was like, this is Drogba regen. If you see him, you see Drogba. I was like, bro, this is not Drogba regen. This is just an average in Edin Nketiah's performance. Like, why? But then again, Jackson, you might come the goals and all of that. He had those goals came from. I think 50 to 70% of those goals came from against a 2-man down Tottenham Hotspur. A Chamboli Tottenham Hotspur at that moment. But I would go for the brother Enzo Broski. You were bought for 100 plus. You look at the likes of Jude Bellingham, you look at the likes of Declan, and you begin to ask yourself,
why
Even
are those
Caicedo.
guys cost? Why is
if you can even place a debate for Caicedo also. So I just feel like,
Caicedo?
yeah. So for me, I would go for Enzo. Don't come for me. I love Enzo. I rate him highly, but what I saw at Benfica and River Plate, I'm not seeing anything close to it at Chelsea. So I would go for Enzo. Now this brings us to the segment. Guess the player by their haircut. Aha. I want to see if the man who lost 3-0, according to Jose Mourinho, would be able to give Eloquent the 3-0 run for his money. So, who is this man here?
I know this guy. It's Rodri.
Morata.
You win so much for someone who still is a
It
failure.
looks like Rodri now.
You win so much for someone who still is a failure.
This guy looks like Rodri.
You win so much for someone whose team is a failure. Okay. Who is this brother?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I didn't get it.
Cristiano Ronaldo. I have to recognize my goal from my language.
God. This is ripping, oh. This is ripping.
If Eloquent don't get this, I feel if Kenny comes back, we would have to flog him on the next episode of the show.
Okay, let's go.
Who is this?
Eric Garcia.
Grass is knee.
It's not Eric Garcia.
Rakitic.
No?
Coutinho.
No?
Arajo. No, this is not Arajo. Arajo is...
Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down.
This... I know this person.
Game.
Ter Stegen.
No, that's not Mark. Can I give you a clue?
Okay.
He plays for La Liga.
La Liga is a very, very big sport.
What position is he playing?
I won't tell you that. He plays for La Liga.
Top 4.
Top 4, yes. He's in the top 4 teams in La Liga.
His head looks like someone said that I know.
You obviously don't know him. If you knew you would have called his name a long time ago.
No. It looks like someone. I'm trying to remember the name. I'm trying to remember this fucking name.
Rodrigo.
3-0. One for manager of the month, one for player of the month, and one for goal of the month. 3-0. Kenny, when you come back from the UK, please, we would have to flog Eloquent on the next episode of the podcast. I think this would be a big issue for a lot of you.
Rodrigo, truly,
Who is this?
Konate.
Nope.
Dembele.
Upamecano.
No.
Keita.
No.
Fuck, who's this?
I'm on set today and I would have to see what they go through.
Upamecano.
No.
Caicedo.
No. Kai.
This guy is.
You need a clue?
Yes.
You need a clue?
Yes.
50,000 naira for a clue.
What's this guy's name? Oh.
Calm.
Okay, let me give you a clue. Okay. Out of my infinite Messi, as the big brother here today, he plays for the Italian Serie A.
He plays for Italian Serie A.
Is it Thuram?
Marcos Thuram.
You have been smoked. This is 4, signifying the 4 goals you were scored by Girona. This is 4, signifying the 4 goals you were scored by Girona. No, Abibi, this is so shambolic. This is so shambolic for someone who is still lost and is still losing.
I'm just trying to show him Manchester United is better than
Class.
No,
Gracias.
Send this one again.
Who is this?
Come in, oh.
Inigo Martinez.
No?
I haven't gotten it, though. Please don't say it here, though. Let me
I will
get
send
it.
it
My
again.
internet is too poor. I haven't. Okay.
Lautaro.
No?
This is the second.
No? You don't even know your player. A shame. You are a disgrace to the Barcelona fans.
The
You don't.
looks like.
No?
Stegen.
No?
Rakitic.
It's like you have something with Rakitic.
No, it's the hairstyle.
It seems Man United are linked to him or something because
No, think
I don't understand.
The hairstyle is kind of like confusing.
Honestly,
Uh-huh.
I don't think I know this person. Give us a
Tan,
clip,
tan,
please.
tan,
One
tan.
clip.
Italian Serie A.
Syria A.
Lautaro I said.
No, Lautaro, no. That guy. By the way, I don't like that guy. He almost messed with us at the World Cup.
Italian Serie A.
Italian Serie A. Another clue.
Okay.
Chananolu.
No,
No, this is not Chananoglu.
This is not Chananoglu. He plays for the red side of Milan.
Right side of Milan.
Giroud. Olivier Giroud.
Come on, you can't be smoked like this.
Olivier
Come on,
Giroud.
you can't be smoked like this. No. This is an emotional damage.
They don't smoke
This
me,
is an emotional
They
damage.
don't smoke me like fish.
This is an emotional damage. So now we will come to another segment of the show,
The one I'm gonna
which
win.
I would like to hear your opinion. This is not about a game. This is a question. But let's see the next game though. If you would win, stay tuned. The next game would be a banger. Trust me.
Okay.
Now, the next segment of the show is the bargain of the summer for each top 6 team. I would have to start from the least to the greatest. Don't Chelsea.
Bargain of the summer,
Chelsea, yes. is it an rhetorical question? Aha.
I think you should move on to another team.
It's like a okay.
There's no bargain.
There's no
No bargain. Poor
Chelsea
bargain.
fans. I'm sorry, but please forgive eloquent H2O.
H2O.
What about you?
Bro, sorry, yo. Nobody, yo.
I would go for my guy Pampe Pama. Pama has been decent. He has not been all that, but you can score him in a rate of 10. You can score him about
you can place a
6
check
over
on
10.
Pampe, but I feel like
It's decent. It's
just
just
decent.
decent. It's decent. Then like I said, from the least to the greatest. Now we go to the other small team, the one with a Pep wannabe manager, Manchester United.
Those people too.
bargain.
Let me remember. They don't have bargain. For me, they don't have bargain.
Okay.
I can go with Højlund, but he has not been that in the Premier League. I can put the case of Champions League, but I can't really say there's actually one person I can say as a bargain because the signings have been
Questionable.
They have not been giving us the actual results.
all.
Might actually be
For me, I would have to score this particular signing a 4 over 10 performance so far. But considering the future and the long run, I'll go for a striker who I call Odumodu, the white hoodlum. I'll go for Rasmus Højlund. Then we go to the other team, Tottenham Hotspur.
Madison, definitely.
Let me see. Tottenham Hotspur. Had the lot of injuries and all that. I'll go for Madison Susha because
I
like
would
that
go for Madison, but for me, an honorable mention is Pedro Paro. He's
like that.
at least top 3 right back in the world right now. You can place a debate for that. Pedro Paro.
I think Pedro Porro has
He was on loan. He was on loan. He became permanent this summer. And you can also place a case for Vicario, their goalkeeper
Vicario,
also.
yeah.
Yeah. So now we move to the other team, Manchester City.
Doku. I'll go with Jeremy Doku.
Is it a new player or all those
Signing of the summer's bargain for each club.
Let's not drag Doku is it because this summer signing only Doku is the person performing. The rest of them they are underperforming, especially
even considering the amount of money
They
they
bought
use
them.
to get
Like the White Lindelof. You won't escape from this conversation. The bearded White Lindelof. Gladio. But for me, I won't go for Doku. I feel nobody so far. But because you can place a lot of questions for Doku's game and decision making. I think the greatest game he has had was that against Bournemouth. Those 4 fluke, and all of that. And when he met Kenny's generational right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he was smoked. He cooked him the way Barcelona were cooked by Girona. But for me, I would let me follow the crowd. Let's follow the trend. I'll go for Doku.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
All of us know now. All of us know now.
100 million bag of rice.
41 bag of rice. Declan.
I would go for big money Declan Rice. Then Liverpool.
Szoboszlai.
all of us, we all know Szoboszlai.
Not me. Not
We all
me.
know Szoboszlai
Not
is
me,
the
not
best
me.
bargain.
No,
Szoboszlai.
For me, I would keep mute in the case of Liverpool because I have a case of Szoboszlai with Kenny. All the time I've watched Liverpool play, don't come for me. I've never seen him perform. He just dropped that stinker. He performs like Kaya Vat and do one top bin and hey,
Wow.
Lampard regen, Gerrard regen, this,
Wow.
that,
Are you
this,
sure?
that. But I know Kenny will come for my head next episode. But
Are you sure?
I know I have fans out there who will back me up when Kenny comes for me. But
So
let's follow
Szoboszlai
the
is the
trend.
person.
I'll go for Gravenberch. He has replaced that thing Liverpool lacked.
Gravenberch.
Gravenberch.
That guy.
Since Wijnaldum left, Liverpool has always lacked a Gigi Wijnaldum,
He's not even mostly in the team.
Anytime he plays, you see his performance. And an honorable mention is Endo Wataru, Kenny's favorite midfielder. But I'm just being sarcastic about that. So
Old man looking young.
Old man looking young. A Liverpool fan, I won't mention his name. A popular Liverpool fan told us he's a youngster, a 30 years old youngster. I'm yet to understand what sort of youngster is that, but
Old man.
that would take us to an episode where you all love the episode which make them crack their brains. You know their ball knowledge and all of that. Now we go to filling the grid. Who do I start from?
Start from me so that
We go for the person with the highest defeats.
Okay.
This weekend, I would go for Eloquent. Before you are presented a grid,
Okay.
you have to fill it. You call a player that, for example, play for Chelsea and France,
Okay.
a player that play for Chelsea and Brazil, a player that play for Chelsea that is from Nigeria. Then you go to Man City and just that same way. So you have 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Chelsea and France. Malouda played for France. He played for Chelsea.
Yes.
Oscar. This guy that is now at
Yes,
Arab.
correct.
Nigeria. Mikel Obi played for there.
Correct.
Man City for France and Chelsea.
For France and
France and Man City. Let me remember. Let me skip this one first. France and Brazil.
Brazil and Manchester.
Brazil, Man City.
Brazil and Man City. Who played for Brazil and Man City? I don't know. Nigeria, nobody. I'm not sure anybody played for Nigeria. Let me skip Man City. Let me just go to Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain, we all know Mbappe is from this team. Neymar was from Brazil. And who is the Nigerian guy that played for PSG? I don't think anyone from Nigeria played for PSG.
You have 30 seconds to go. I'm so happy because he's showing the fact that Barcelona are sore losers.
No. Sorry, I don't know.
You have 30 seconds. I'm burning your 30 seconds.
Nigerian person that played for PSG.
50 seconds to go.
Nigerian person that played for PSG.
Can you join me with the countdown? 14, 13, 12, 11.
Which Nigerian person played for PSG?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Which Nigerian person played for PSG?
5,
You'll be surprised
3,
when I mention
1.
You
Austin
mentioned
JJ Okocha.
Okocha.
Then coming to Man City,
Kelechi.
Ferramendi for France, Fernandinho for Brazil, and Kelechi Iheanacho for Nigeria. So Barcelona fans, you are seeing he has lost. We have played 3 games and he has lost 3 games, representing Man Utd 3-0 loss.
Voila.
But now we'll go to the man.
Fernandinho.
The man who got half win from me the last episode. We'll go to H2O. This is your grid. Feel it.
Arsenal, Germany. Is this Germany?
Belgium.
Arsenal and Belgium. Trossard.
Correct.
This is
Netherlands.
Arsenal and Netherlands. What's this guy's name? Beckham. I think.
Correct.
Beckham. Arsenal and Germany. Messi to Ozil.
Correct.
Barcelona and Belgium. And that's Barcelona and Belgium. Is that again? No, not that again. I'll come back to that. Barcelona and Netherlands. De Jong.
Yeah, correct.
Barcelona and Germany. we have Gundogan.
Correct.
Manchester United and Belgium, Romelu Lukaku.
Big Rome.
Manchester United and Netherlands, Robin van Persie. Manchester
Flying
United
Dutchman.
and Germany, we have what's this guy's name? Manchester United and Germany, Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Correct.
Then Barcelona and Belgium. I think that's the last one that remains.
You are getting smoked. You are getting cooked.
Barcelona
You are getting
and
at class.
I am smoked. This way is gonna get smoked like a catfish.
You were a bit close. You were a bit close. You have 30 seconds.
Get smoked, bro.
I think no.
You got smoked.
Vermaelen.
You got smoked.
Vermaelen.
You got smoked.
Vermaelen.
Bravo,
Belgium.
bravo! This is you win so much for someone whose team is a failure. For someone who support Manchester United,
No
you are
wahala.
winning so much. You
wahala.
are winning so much. I don't even know what to say to you because
No wahala.
at this point you are just representing the logo
No
of
wahala.
Barcelona.
You guys be winning, though.
So we'll now come to one of your favorite section, the start, sub or sell. And these players, we are to name them in their prime. Who would you start if you are a coach? You have the three of them at your disposal. Who will you start? Who will you bench? And who will you sell? We have N'Golo Kante, Rodri, and Fabinho. I go with you, H2O.
For me, I value and control very much, and so I'll start Rodri.
Okay.
I think Rodri's
In their prime.
In their
prime.
Yeah. I'm going with Rodri.
Okay.
When you look at the profile of Kante and Rodri, it's a very different profile. Kante is not really that holding midfielder as you want. So that's what I'm saying in terms of I don't even think Rodri has reached his prime yet. You understand? But in terms of
He's currently around his prime.
Manchester City treble winning team, I think I'll go with Rodri. I'm going to start Rodri. Then I'll bench Kante. Then I'll sell Fabinho.
The Fulani man.
I'll sell
Who will you
Fabinho.
go for, Elo?
Well, I would definitely start Rodri, bench Kante, and sell Fabinho.
Sorry guys, for me, I have a different opinion. I'll start Kante because I believe naturally Kante is a box-to-box midfielder, but being a number 6, he can do a little bit of what the rest of them can. So I would go for Kante. I would go for Rodri. And sorry, the Fulani brother who went to Saudi, Fabinho, you have to get out of my team. Then, so guys would want to know who would you start, who would you sub, and who would you sell. Now, we've brought a new game to the show. It's called the Quick Fire Question. Now, listen attentively, and you listen attentively. The question goes like this. I call two players. It's a fast fire question. I call two players. You tell me which is better. For example, if I say Messi or Ronaldo, you call who, then just like that.
Yes.
So we'll start first with the man who is leading, who is smoking, and who is on fire, and don't even represent what his team stands for. So let's go for Hassan. Benzema Suarez. Give me quick fire. It's called quick fire question. Without thinking, give it to me.
Benzema. I'll go Benzema.
Vidic, Terry.
Vidic.
It's not your question. Will get to you.
Vidic.
Okay. Ronaldinho, Zidane.
Zidane.
Casemiro,
Busquets.
Salah, Hazard.
Hazard. I'll go with Hazard.
Okay. For the case of Benzema, I wouldn't want to argue with you, but
definitely.
it's a quick fire question. But one day we'll have a debate on this show. Keep watching the show. If you are watching, please like, subscribe, and share this video to this content and this video to your friends, so they would enjoy this beautiful podcast you are also watching from. And let's hope you have a great festive season and a splendid new year ahead of you. Now we go to the new eloquent Drogba Henry.
Drogba.
Modric Xavi.
Can I reverse my question?
You can't reverse. Modric Xavi.
That's why it's quick fire.
I am Ashley Cole Evra.
Ashley Cole.
Buffon Neuer.
Neuer.
Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard.
Steven Gerrard.
Steven
G.
Gerrard. So guys, now I want you to judge who has the best ball knowledge, because I heard somebody picked an Origi from Africa with Jerry Coyle. There is no error.
That's why
It's called a quick fire question. He picked the Jerry Coyle Origi.
That is why I
He picked the Jerry Coyle Origi.
Okay,
He picked
no
the Jerry
wahala.
Coyle Origi over
No
Thierry
wahala.
Henry,
No
and this man here
wahala.
picked Benzema over Luis Suarez. You can place a debate for that,
Yeah,
but
okay.
that
It's a quick fire question.
It's a quick fire, so
is a quick fire
me
question.
too.
So you have to pick. Now, we go to a segment where we would want to also hear your opinion, but first we'll hear from my two uncles' opinion today. If you're a manager, like, okay, I get a club, which I will tomorrow, I will eventually get Man United and send them to where they belong,
Yes.
which is the League 2. If I get a club and I hire you as a manager, if you're a manager, basically, what would be your favorite formation?
I think we play we do play games.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, I think my favorite formation has always been 4-3-3, but it has to be a 4-1 type of situation, or you can switch the 3, that is 4-2-3-1 type of situation.
Okay. And
Honestly, I actually do prefer 3-4-3. I like choking the midfield, so two people get to come back and the midfield still get choked.
And in the spirit of the back three, I would go for the 3-5-2 formation, the Inzaghi formation, where you can defend with a back 5, go to the back 6, go out. You can still play a 3-1-6 and overload your last line and all of that. So I would go for the 3-5-2. So guys, I would want to know which formation you would use if you were a manager of a team. Now we are here to the 6-digit code segment, where I call a player's number, age, and event. You tell me the year or the correct number, and you get a 6-digit code. So the first one goes as the age. Thierry Henry retired. The man who you said Drogba is better than. His total assists in 2002-2003 season, and the number of trophy Guardiola won at Barcelona. You should know the trophy Barcelona won at Barcelona.
I can't remember Henry's age when he retired and the goals he scored, and I can't even remember the amount of goals trophy Guardiola earned at Barcelona.
Yeah, I'm not even a Barcelona fan.
I want to
There's
see
an
that.
intruder in your midst. But for now, Hassan, have you gotten the 6-digit code? This is the fire segment. I used to be on seat like them, but look at me here today. Thank God Kenya has gone to watch the Liverpool game in UK. I am here, and I'm giving them fire for fire. We are here. 6-digit code. Please give me the 6-digit code. You were the king last time, so maybe you should not bottle this. Don't be an Arsenal. Don't be a Spurs. You should not bottle this.
If you bottle it, you're going to Nigerian breweries.
Okay, guys. There is silence in heaven and on earth, just like when Jesus asked, "Who we go?" So the age Thierry Henry retired is 37, and the total number of Premier League assists he had 2002-2003 season is 20, and the total number of trophy Pep Guardiola won at Barcelona is 14.
14.
Now, no winner for this question. We go to the next question.
That's what I didn't mention.
Szoboszlai's age. The minute Goretzka scored in the 2014 World Cup final.
God,
Messi total goals in 2014 World Cup.
Szoboszlai's
Age.
the minutes
Goretzka scored in the 2014 World Cup final. Goretzka, yes.
It's called
Goretzka.
100 and something. And you said
Messi's total goal at the 2014 World Cup.
Szoboszlai is 23. I think it's
Figure out the 6-digit code and give me. So, hello guys. While they figure out the 6-digit code, I want you to like, subscribe, share this podcast to your friends and your loved ones, your family, so they would watch it during this festive period and also enjoy the fantastic show you also enjoy. Don't take this happiness away. Share it with everyone. Spread love. And this festive season, we hope you stay glued to your screen, because we are coming with a banger for the next episode. And then again, we want to thank you for following us up to this episode. We say thank you very much. And from Kenny to me to you guys, all love and kisses to all of you. Thank you. So have you gotten the 6-digit code?
I haven't. For real.
2, 3.
Okay.
1-0.
No. You schooled me last week. Let me school you today. No.
2-3.
Yes.
9-9.
No.
Oh. He scored in the second. Okay, 2-3.
Yes.
1-2.
No.
1-1.
Yes.
2-3. 1-1.
Yes.
1-1-0.
No. You are a bit close. You are a bit close. Guys, also solve the question. Let's see if you get it. No. Solve the question. Let's see. Let's test your ball knowledge if you also got the question correctly. I will expose the answer soon.
Me, I don't even know.
2-3-1-1-1.
No.
The only thing I could.
You are close.
So
You are
besides
in between.
age.
You are in between. You are in between it. You are in between it.
2-3-1-1-3.
Yes.
2-3-1-1-3. And Messi scored 5 goals. Right?
No.
No, not 5. That was 2-3-1-1-3-9.
No. 9 goals in a 7-game tournament.
2-3-1-1.
I think he scored 6 goals
3.
in that tournament.
4.
As a Messi fan, you don't even know the number of goals your goal scored in the biggest stage of world
You
football.
won't blame me.
I think you should not just be ashamed as a Barcelona fan. You
You
should also
won't
be
blame me,
ashamed
bro.
as a Messi fan.
You
Messi
won't
fan
blame me, bro.
is a disgrace to
No
the Messi
problem.
fan base. So now, have you gotten the number of goals?
2-3-1-1-3-4.
Yes, Hassan, give me a round of applause for Hassan and also check yourself. Did you get it correctly? If no, you are with eloquence and you should be flogged. Now, this takes us to the next question.
Okay.
Suarez total goals for Liverpool.
Come on.
Skater's jerseys number at Liverpool and the previous number on Bruno Fernandes jerseys at Man United.
I think the last skater.
Suarez total goal for Liverpool. 1. Skater's jersey number at Liverpool. 2. The previous number Bruno wore at Man United. You should be knowing the last one as a Man United
Definitely.
fan. Yeah.
It's 1 and 8. I don't know for Suarez Liverpool.
I don't know Suarez Liverpool goals, but I heard a rumor that he scored, I think, 170 something goals, have you?
170 something. Wow.
Was I dreaming?
If he score 170 something, then I think Messi should be scared of the GOAT debate.
Or is that his all-time record of goal scoring count?
Solve the puzzle, and also you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share.
Sharp.
Solve the puzzle, and you watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And as you are doing so, solve the puzzle also. Why I be your grandmaster, waiting for an answer.
I think skater wears 30.
Suarez, the first code should be Suarez total number at Liverpool. This number, the jersey number skater wore, and Bruno's former number at Man United.
32.
I do not remember.
You have 30 seconds.
Liverpool is not my point of expertise.
Okay. I've intentionally set this question to honor Kenny's Liverpool for being at the top because they would eventually bottle it. They have been there. We know. They will sleep like their legends sleeping Gerrard. But the total number of goals my goat scored at Liverpool was 82. The jersey number for Skete was 37. You mentioned 30. And Bruno Fernandes' number, I think everyone should be getting this. 18.
I was not sure.
So now this takes us to the next question. Eloquent you are. Oh my God.
Me, I'm a La Liga fan, and you guys have been asking a majority.
Filling the grid never had to do with La Liga. There were many questions that never had to do with La Liga.
It's only Barcelona that's the only La Liga team you had there. The rest was.
I asked you about Pep Guardiola's total number.
The rest was Premier League.
I asked you about Pep Guardiola's trophy won at your club. I asked you about your goat Lionel Messi. What more can I do? What more can I do?
I don't have the knowledge.
Now let's come back to. Let me give you something with Barcelona. Are you ready?
All right.
Clench jerseys number at Arsenal. Clinchy, jersey number at Arsenal.
Clinchy.
Yes.
I don't feel.
Drogba, first jersey.
I don't feel.
Drogba, first jersey number at Chelsea. And Henry, jersey number at Barcelona.
Henry.
I think Clinchy wears 21.
You are not far from it.
I know, but Clinchy wears 20 something. 23,
No? In between-ish.
22,
Correct?
18.
No?
Drogba
first jersey number at Chelsea.
is not 18.
It can't be. I don't know.
2318.
No?
Drogba.
12.
No?
Drogba.
Also, you watching, try to solve the puzzle, the question again.
2311.
No? Clinchy jersey number at Arsenal. Drogba first jersey number at Chelsea. And Thierry Henry's jersey number at Barcelona. Solve the puzzle, and at the end, let's see if you got it correctly. You have 30 seconds.
You know why I was.
Clinchy number is 23. Henry wore 14. Right?
You know why I won't crack my brain in this? Because I didn't even know even Clinchy. That's the truth.
Then at least you should be able to get Thierry Henry's number.
Thierry Henry.
Henry wore 14.
You don't even know it.
Drogba, I'm trying to remember.
Me, I don't keep.
I'm trying to remember that Chelsea.
I don't keep things in my memory like that.
Your time is.
I'm coming.
You have 15 seconds.
12.
No? His time is up. You see the thing here? I played a trick on him. I mentioned the number. You have 15 seconds, and he could not grab. How would you think of Drogba and not think of Nicolas Jackson? you have 15 seconds. So the 6-digit code you would get for that is 22 15 14. 22 15 14. The last question goes like this. You should be knowing this because why not?
Okay.
The year Yaya Toure signed for Man City because he left from Barcelona. You can't tell me you don't know this.
Okay.
And the jersey number he wore at Man City.
I think he signed for. That would be Man City.
He said we don't give him La Liga questions. I gave him one. Let's see.
Nice.
And you watching, try to solve it and let's see if you might be
2010.
Correct?
2010 42.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. H2O is on smoke. He's on smoke. He's on smoke.
You don't even like this.
He's on smoke.
You don't even.
He's a tactical genius, which Xavi is not. He knew the jersey number, but he never knew the year. So you caught the year and he completed it. So you watching, I hope you got it correct. And if you don't, just try better. Maybe next episode you will do better. And now this comes to a segment where it's been fun all through. We have to talk about the teams. A couple of big teams in Europe where you feel they can improve going into the winter window. Because we are going into the winter window, which is we open in a few days' time. And where so far you think they can improve and how they can improve with their signing, considering their financial situation and realistic buys they can get. So I would go for, firstly, your team, Barcelona.
What I think is if Barca could get a striker, are you saying the position we should strengthen, right?
Yeah,
Realistically,
realistically, we need a striker, a proper defensive midfielder who is a pressing monster, and I think we need a right back because I won't lie, Balde won't flourish under Xavi's tactics at that left back. So Cancelo is the person who will flourish.
Coming for me, being this, considering Barcelona financial situation and all of that, they already have a striker coming in, Victor Ruku. And for the right back position, you have a right back in your team. You should be questioning your manager. Cancelo can play as a right back and Bade as the left back. And you can also play Bade as a right back also. We've seen it a couple of times. And for those, this is also an educational purpose. For those who have been asking why people use centre backs as right backs or left back, it helps to control transition. I don't know if you get it. It helps to control transition, defend wide areas, and all of that. For me, I feel Barcelona needs a Gavi replacement because they lack that pressing monster in their midst. And this gets me asked questioning Xavi because at the beginning of the season you played a pivot of De Jong and Romero, which was working fine. What went wrong? So I'll go for me personally. I just feel they need a replacement for Gavi. So what about you?
For Barcelona, I just think the coach Xavi just needs to get his assignment right because, like you said initially, that team is
Star-studded.
Yes. You understand? So you have the likes of João Felix at every position. It now comes down to the manager
to utilize them.
To me, I don't feel like a Gavi replacement is actually the next because they can't actually replace him. They might get a lone player to actually fill in into his
That's what they do best.
But I don't really think they actually need. What they need is that team, that tactical stability.
So for Real Madrid,
well, I think Real Madrid is already complete though because those teams they never lack. But still, I think they still need a striker.
Yeah, I feel like Real Madrid, just like Ancelotti said, it does not need any coming-ins again. That it feels like the team is enough. But for me, I feel like if they can get a player like Victor Osimhen in the current transfer window.
For Madrid, yeah, Ancelotti said same thing last season, and we saw the consequences. They should get the striker. For me, they should go for a striker and then a right back, a backup for Carvajal. I think they should start preparing about his exit.
And not with James.
No, you can. I said a right back, and not I would be right back. And I said a right back, and not I would be right back
soon.
No, they can wait till someone and get Trent Alexander-Arnold. It will be beautiful because they have this. No, honestly, they have defenders and the number 6 that can cover ground for him. Yes. So it will be beautiful. But they can go for a striker. A cheap option can be Santiago Jimenez of Feyenoord. You can check him out. You have the striker at Sporting CP. There are so many good strikers who are budget friendly. They can go for. And then coming to the English Premier League, Liverpool.
I think they need a 6.
Yeah.
A very, very important position.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to fill in McAllister
as a 6. It's not working.
Because you look at the style of play we know Liverpool has. It has always been they use their 2 and 3, which is Robertson and Arnold. But now, since there's no Fabinho or Naby Keita to actually solve the spaces, so there's actually I feel like a 6 would have actually.
What about you?
Yeah, I think they need a 6 and a striker too as well because Darwin Núñez is not being too good for them recently, and
for me, for the case of the striker, Liverpool has never been under Klopp has never been a team with striker-ish situation. I don't know if you get. Mo Salah has been the main source of goal. He has been the major source of goal. But for me, I would think that, and for those asking why I said Liverpool this, Liverpool that, when I made the statement that Liverpool are closer to making top 4 than the title, it was because of their number 6 situation. And the graph attached to it, which you are seeing right now, shows that Liverpool has faced more threats than struggling Manchester United and even Newcastle team so far this season. They've had a case of Alisson and Van Dijk coming clutch for them to save their season being there. And for me, I would go for they need a number 6. Definitely. Honestly, they need a number 6. And it's something people don't talk about. When I FaceTime Kenny this morning, he was in the UK. It's a big flex because, my friend, why not? My brother is in the UK right now, chilling with Darwin Núñez. He's decent striker. When we spoke this morning also, I highlighted the need for them to get a left winger because Luis Diaz has not been it this season. So I feel they can get a left winger, a budget-friendly left winger, and then get a number 6. Arsenal.
I think the team is sufficient enough. The only position I feel like probably if they can get another not a 6 like a starting lineup type of 6, we already have Declan Rice. But if you can get, because of Arteta's tactical tricks, Fabio Vieira is injured now, so I think if they can get someone like a Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa.
It won't be realistic.
It won't be realistic
for the
though,
January,
but just
for the winter window,
for
because
winter window, but-
then again, why I said so, for the Arsenal fans who don't know, Douglas Luiz's agent is the same agent as that of Williams and David Luiz. They've had issue with Emery over the time, so I feel like that deal would be a bit difficult to break down. But for me, I feel we need a striker. No, not a striker. I'm never of that opinion that Arsenal needs a striker. For me, we need a number 8. A number 8 that can also play as a 6. Just like you said, a 8 that can play as a 6 also. Because I don't really think we need a number 6 because we have Jorginho there. I don't know if we have Party is coming back and all of that. Yeah. So I feel like we need a midfielder and we need a defender. We are short in our defense line also.
I think we can also place a case.
You have Duran Timber now. Duran Timber is
ACL. You don't know what you get. You don't know what to get after a player's ACL.
We can also place a case for Bukayo Saka.
He needs a backup. A backup. That's what I was about to get to. Yes, a backup for Bukayo Saka. An honorable mention for me will be Bakayoko of PSV. For those who haven't watched him, you could check him out. Another mention, Bakayoko of PSV is an exciting winger to watch. Bakayoko of PSV. I would have recommended Olise of Crystal Palace, but it's now a bit too expensive. And then Pedro Neto, who is injury prone, so we can't get him. So for you, Arsenal.
Well, I think Arsenal is already made. They are already made, but I am seeing some lags in Arsenal strike. I don't think Arsenal have a striker right now.
The case of why I said the striker this thing. The case of Arsenal striker issue. Why I believe we don't need a striker is this. There's an ideology going around. For you to win the Premier League, you need to have a striker that can blah blah blah. When Liverpool won the league, Firmino scored just 9 goals that season. The effect of Firmino in that team was it makes everybody play better.
Yeah, but
now if you now this is very experimental. Our games this season, earlier this season, we were struggling up front, in front of goals. That was one reason why we had Edin Nketiah there, which changed the dynamics of the attack. Now, when you brought in Gabriel Jesus, it improves everybody else around him. Because if you have paid attention, Kai Havertz has been performing well, playing close to Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli has stepped up his game, playing close to Gabriel Jesus. Odegaard has stepped up his game off late, playing close to Gabriel Jesus. Is that guy that makes everybody around him plays better. I don't know if you get. And right now, currently, Bukayo Saka has 19 goal contribution already this season. And if you to go through that pace, it's calculated that he would finish with about 49 goals and assists a season. And now for a team you say needs a striker, we've already scored about 50 goals this season already.
Yes.
Yeah. You can say that, but then again, when you use Liverpool as
an example,
it's not sustainable. You get, and don't forget Liverpool had a winger in Mane and
Mo Salah. Now let's compare. Now let's in terms of number.
What about Mancity?
In terms of number,
definitely.
Sadio Mane's best season at Liverpool was the same exact number Bukayo Saka had at Arsenal last season.
Okay.
I don't know if you get. Okay. It's a case of you have youngsters who are improving. I get your point of you need a striker, but in the case of the team's dynamics, you would hurt the team and the way the team wants to play. Because Edin Nketiah is never a centre forward. You get, for those watching, there's difference between a centre forward and a striker. I don't know if you get. You can make your Google search. There's a difference between a centre forward and a striker. A quick mention for a striker is Erling Haaland.
Yes.
Is a striker. Their duty is to score goals. I don't know if you get. Then your centre forward are the likes of Gabriel Jesus, those who comes in deep and all of that. Roberto Firmino and all of that. So for me, I feel, but that's if also fair shot. But for me, I feel like the striker issue is just the least of Arsenal problem right now.
I still think if you can get, although it is not realistic,
yeah,
but I feel like it's a next step in Arteta's direction as a manager.
For the winter window right now, it's not realistic. So will that take us to Tottenham Hotspur?
If you get to me, let me know, because I think I have a lot of things to say about Tottenham.
Yeah, just where they can improve.
Let me not lie to you. Tottenham Hotspur are going to become a very small team soon if they don't improve a lot of their players. They don't have squad depth. If you could see, it's not that their coach does not know what he's doing, or maybe he's clueless like Xavi. But the only problem he's having is that squad depth. After he had this issue of injury and all that, they have been so bad. You understand? They have been so bad. Except for that match they played against Liverpool, Newcastle recently. But to be sincere, Tottenham Hotspur still needs to get more player for maybe a rotational player.
Okay.
A rotational player that they will be using to rotate, because this thing we are saying right now, don't be surprised if Tottenham won't go to Europe next season.
I don't expect them to. If they do that, it will be an overachievement. Tottenham won't make top 4. You get it here
Definitely.
first from me.
They
I
won't
told
get
you.
it.
I told you the same way I told you their downfall would be from Chelsea's game. I told you. So
I think if they can get realistically, if they can get someone that can aid Madison in his whenever he's not available,
yeah.
Also, because I think Madison is central to
how they play.
how they actually play. Although they have a lot of cells, well, I think it's not giving them the kind of quality James.
He has been
Right.
class so far, but you can't replace a James Madison. He's a player I want in my team also.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel they are star-studded up front.
Yeah.
If not for their injury crisis, they are star-studded up front. I don't know if you get. But I feel they need to shake up their defense line a little bit. They need a backup centre back, because we've seen the case of Emerson Royal playing as a centre back. Bro, it's like just I don't know. I don't want to. It's like playing Marcos Alonso as a centre back. That is what you are using with Emerson Royal. It's suicidal. It's suicidal. So Emerson Royal, I feel like they need to replace Madison. They need a Madison replacement, and their defense line needs to be shaken. And their midfield is manageable, but you need quality over quantity at a point. Then that takes us to Manchester City.
I don't think they actually they need. I don't think they need to actually make any changes in China.
What may I just think? When you finish what you're saying,
The manager just have to, they just have to get into their rhythm. Work on how they can work the dynamics. Kevin De Bruyne is not around, so they just have to work with what they have and get their rhythm back on track. So I don't really think Man City is actually a team that.
Well,
And you?
Pep Guardiola is so very relaxed. He thinks if any player fucks up, or maybe after the next season he rotates player and changes them and all that. But let me tell you something. This is an era where you need a player or players who have experience in your tactics. And if you could see, this man is losing it. He's losing players that matches his tactics. If you could see last season when he had this kind of run last season where he didn't perform for some few games and started performing, even raised the EPO. This man thinks because of that, or because he has been doing it and be going scot-free, he thinks that is how it's been done.
Where can he improve? So where can he improve going into the
This is a reality check for him. So the fact is, he still needs someone, not that Vadio. I don't know if Vadio is going to improve later, but he needs someone.
He has a
Not Vadio.
Tanake who he's not using. So
He has stars on the bench. And
so for me, yeah.
That man is completed.
If you look at
Or
his
maybe
signing
Rodri.
so far this summer, you would see he brought in more of dribblers. And you come for the case of experience. They have Ederson in the squad. You have Bernardo Silva. You have Rodri. You have Ruben Diaz. You have Grealish. You have a couple experienced players. So I don't feel like experience is their issue. But back to what I was saying, if you should check the profiles of players he brought in, you see he brought in more of dribblers and ball carriers.
Yes.
I don't know if you get. So I feel like he needs a right winger. Man City are here to replace Riyad Mahrez. Yeah, I don't know if you get. I still see Doku as a competition for Grealish. Personally, I feel he needs a right winger. He needs a Rodri backup. It's something that has not been talked about so far this season, but Rodri has been underperforming.
Yeah.
He has been underperforming below his standard. I feel like he's born out. He has born out from the last season run of games and all of that. So I feel like he needs a number 6 and a right winger. His defense line is star-studded. I don't think I have an issue with that. Now going to 3-0 Manchester United. Where do you think your team needs to improve realistically?
Considering finance and everything, I don't really think United will be in the market in January transfer window. I just feel like
the regular loan.
Of course, but I just feel like most of our players have to come back from injuries so that we can actually get into the rhythm of whatever he says he wants to do. So I don't really think we'll be in the
What about you?
Let me just not lie to my United fans. They have not found a place in Holland, though. They still need a a good striker. They need a good striker. They need a better. Dallas is trying at the right back, but they still need a right back.
They have a Wan-Bissaka.
Oh, they need a right back, bro. They need a right back, and probably they need another set of midfielder except Bruno Fernandes. They need some other sets of midfielder, and in fact, Manchester United needs to improve in all
aspect of the game. Now, for me, I agree with you in terms of getting a striker. For me, I feel like Martial should be shipped out this January. Then this striker at Porto, Taremi, is
I think it's
31. Yeah, he's 31. So you can just bring him in for temporary. Ojland grows under him, and then bro, Man United midfield has been nothing to write home about. The case of Mariano, he had a good game after Everton. What game was he brought on? And he was just like they separated the black sheep from the goats.
I think it was Galatasaray game when he came.
Yeah, against Galatasaray, he was. They made him know, bro, you are still a boy in this business. I don't know if you get. So I feel like I'm not criticizing him. He's a great player. He's one player I feel like my team should be having right now. I'm so jealous of Man United, and I also pray Man United don't ruin another youngster. But I feel like you need a number 6. You actually need a number 6, like at all cost. So that takes us to the team that has been consistent, even in 10th position. Would go to the blue side of that 12. That is progress. No more stagnation for Chelsea. So that will go to the blue side of London. What do you think Chelsea need to improve in? Quick one.
A striker. Very, very important.
Okay.
I know Kuku is coming back, but I don't think they are coming to play.
Bro, Chelsea need to scrap all their players and get other sets of players. How will you spend 1 billion there? How will you spend £1 billion and getting scraps?
Okay.
Scrap all those guys.
Okay. For me, yeah. The case of Nkunku, Chelsea fans make it sound like Nkunku is the next Messi. When Nkunku come back, we'll this. When Nkunku come back, we'll that. Broski, preseason is different from the situation you have right now. And with the so much hype you've given me about Nkunku, I expect so much from Nkunku. But for me, I think Chelsea don't need anything to improve during the winter window, because their goal scoring issue has been they have not been litter in front of goal. They have missed the most big chances this season.
Yes, a lot.
I don't know if you get. They've missed the most big chances, 32 big chances. I stand to be corrected.
Goals is even more than
I don't know if you get. So I feel like it's a case of the players need to be clinical in the final third. So guys, that brings us to one segment. Also, we want to know your thoughts. We learn from each other. Like a lawyer would say, my fellow learner. We keep learning from each other. We want to know your thoughts. What each top 6 team and the 2 La Liga giants needs to improve on going into the winter window. And also don't forget to like, subscribe, share to your loved ones so they will also enjoy this exciting show you are also getting from us. So now, if there was no Messi or Ronaldo, who would be your GOAT?
Let me think. Well, everybody are just average.
All timer,
the greatest football of all time.
All of them are still average, because until you surpass Messi's or Ronaldo's performance,
it's a simple question.
No one.
No, you can't tell me no one. You listen.
No,
if Messi and Ronaldo never played football, who would you consider your GOAT? That's the question. There's not a case of no one. You can't tell me.
I won't say I like Mbappe so much. I wish Mbappe should be the GOAT, because I prefer Mbappe to Haaland.
So what about you as H2O?
I think I'll go with Mbappe. No, all round.
All time, an all timer.
I think an all timer that I've watched. I'll go with I don't see any name coming to my head right now.
So for me, guys, Luis Suarez is my GOAT. But if there was no Messi or Ronaldo, I would still be a Luis Suarez fan, and I would still go for Patrick Vieira. That was the man that made me support Arsenal. So back to you, H2O.
I think I'll go with I'm having an issue here. Apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, I think I can go with probably Zidane.
Fresh out. That is a good one. You can make a case for Manuel Neuer, Sergio Ramos, Zidane.
Yeah,
there are so many great players. Ozil. There are so many great players. So I don't know how he came up and said Ronaldinho and all of that.
No,
so
to me,
to you.
Ronaldinho was here after Messi now.
Of goats.
No,
Messi
yeah.
now.
I just
If there was no the question
If there
is
was
you
no
are
Messi.
you are the one probably not getting the question.
Okay.
If there was no Messi or Ronaldo, they never played football, who would be your go-to? You said Mbappe, you've had your chance. Just the same way you said Drogba is better than Henry. Arsenal fans, don't worry, I'll deal with him backstage. But for now, we'll go to this where brings us to the weekend. This weekend we have exciting fixtures. We have Forest versus Spurs. We have Chelsea versus Sheffield. We have Crystal Palace versus City. City has always struggled against Crystal Palace recent time. We have Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal's own form against Brighton of recent time has been very poor. Then you have the big one, which would be the star match of the weekend. Liverpool versus Man United. So I would want to get your prediction, and I would also want to get your prediction. I'm going back to the GOAT conversation. You watching, I want to know if there was no Messi or Ronaldo, who would be your GOAT? Who would be your all-timer? Thank you. Now coming to the weekend segment. Spurs, a quick one. Just give me quick one. Spurs Forest. What is your prediction?
3-0 supposed to win.
Yeah, supposed to win.
I go for a Spurs to win, but not a convincing win. Then Sheffield Chelsea.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a draw.
I'm not really a Chelsea advocate, but I feel like they'll get the results.
At the bridge against a struggling Sheffield, I expect Chelsea to do so well. Crystal Palace, Man City.
Man City's gonna kill. Man City's gonna kill Crystal Palace 2 goals to nil.
Watching this recent looting, I think probably a draw.
Yeah, Man City has not been convincing so far, and Liverpool had to be sneaky to get away with their game against Crystal Palace. Kenny will not be happy with this, obviously, but Crystal Palace are not a pushover team. They can put because City is scared, but I go for a 2-1 City win. Arsenal Brighton.
Brighton, I think 3-2. Arsenal to score 3 goals to Brighton.
Arsenal will get the win.
Considering the loss at Aston Villa and at home to Emirates, at home at the Emirates Stadium, I expect us to get the result against this. Now we've brought a new segment to the show where the star match of the week, you get our combined 11 from each and every one of us, and also our prediction. So the star match of the week is the Liverpool versus Man United game. So let me get your prediction. This is your team at Anfield. This is your burial ground.
To me, I don't really see Manchester United winning that game, but I expect them to put up a performance.
Okay.
I see Liverpool trashing Man United 2 goals to 1.
2 goals to 1. Considering the fact for me that Eric Ten Hag his off structure has been on and off the structure has been very poor. I think this should be a game where the sugar daddy Mo Salah Glazer, the co-owner of Man United, should have fun. So I feel like it should be a whitewash. Obviously, it should be a whitewash. So now this brings us to another part of the game where it's not a game, but I would like to get your combined 11 for both Man United and Liverpool game. Now the criteria for it will be based on availability and your performance so far this season.
Okay. Goalkeeper, I'll go with Alisson, definitely.
Yeah.
Alisson. Right back, I'll go with Arnold.
Yeah.
Definitely. Centre half, I'll go with Maguire.
Yeah.
And Virgil van Dijk.
Okay.
Definitely.
Left back,
Luke Shaw.
He has been injured.
He's just coming back. Shimikas, no. Shimikas, no. I still have to go with Luke Shaw. There's really no.
Number 6.
Robertson has not been available too. Number 6, I'll go with based on availability. I'll go with 6 on both sides are very poor. So I'll go with Amrabat. The minor has not even been convincing. Based on availability, I'll still go with McAllister.
Okay. Your 2 number 8.
My 2 number 8, Szoboszlai and Bruno Fernandes, definitely. Then
Up front,
Ireland and Darwin. I'll go with Salah on the right hand side. On the left hand side, I'll go with Garnacho. Against Diaz, I'll go with Garnacho based on current form. Then up front, I'm not convinced about Darwin, but I can't give him an edge over Oilon at the same time. I think I'll go with Oilon.
Okay. For the keeper, listen from the right back, I'll start with Arnold. Let me put Maguire there because Maguire has been spot on, and Konate to pair with Maguire on the central midfield. Then by left, I prefer Tsimikas so much because I like the guy's movement. And in the midfield, I'll prefer Bruno Fernandes to play up front as the 8. Then Amrabat to play as the 6. I would prefer a double pivot of Amrabat and McAllister.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure.
And then Bruno Fernandes should play at the 8. Then at the left should be Luis Diaz. The right should be who should I put there? Okay, let me just say the striker should be Darwin Núñez because I haven't seen Holland. And the right, who should I put? Nobody but Mo Salah.
For me, I would go for Alisson himself, the undisputed king of goalkeepers right now. Then the right back, I would go for Trent Alexander-Arnold. My centre back, I'll go for Maguire, player of the month. Player of the treble Man United, player of the month. This is not a troll. I've been with Maguire through the trenches, actually, those who know me. Even during his dark time, I've been defending him. I'm happy he's getting his flowers now. I'll go for Virgil van Dijk. Okay. He has been one of the best defenders in the league alongside Maguire. Then I'll go for Tsimikas. I wanted to say Tsimikas, but I'll go for Sergio Reguilón.
Okay.
He has been decent so far because Tsimikas also has just been there. Yeah. So for my number 6, for what I've seen so far, Amrabat has been average. McAllister has been average. The only person that will put up a good performance on that number 6 row, very good performance, I'll go for Kobe Mainoo as my 6 based on availability also. As my 8, I'll go for Bruno Fernandes. And my other 8, popularity context though, I would go for Supposed Lie, the man they call Supposed Lie. And then my right wing, Mo Salah Glazer, the owner of Man United, he would be there. The striker, I'll go for Cody Gakpo because I can't even put the Uruguay and the Caro up front. I'll go for Cody Gakpo. And my left wing, I'll go for Garnacho, Alejandro Garnacho. He has been great so far. So guys, I hope you have a lovely weekend. This is where we draw the curtain and bring the show to an end today. And guess what? We'll be coming with a banger for the Christmas edition. And we want to thank you very much for following this journey with us so far up to this extent. We really appreciate your love, your support, your good message, your criticism, everything. You are the reason we are doing this, and you are the reason we want to keep getting better. So thank you very much for sticking with us up to this time. Please don't forget to like, share and comment, and I hope you have a good weekend and stay out of trouble and have a great Christmas ahead. So with my team here, like Kenny always say, with my team H2 and Eloquent all together, we sign out and say Merry Christmas in advance. Thank you.